Chapter 9. Plants around us. We will learn types of roots, function of roots, special roots, soil erosion, cutting down trees, how we can save trees, looking after plants. Plants grow in almost every part of the world. They are the primary source of food for human beings and other animals. They are living beings and need food to grow. They make their food with the help of water, air, and sunlight. Without plants, there would be no life on the earth. People could not live without air or food. Look at the picture of the plant. The plant can be divided into two parts: shoot system, root system. The shoot system grows above the soil. It has leaves, stem, flowers, buds, and fruits. The root system grows inside the soil. They look like ropes spread out under the soil. Types of roots. The roots of trees and plants spread in the soil over a large area. As the plant grows, its requirement of water and minerals increases. Therefore, it spreads out its root in all directions. Roots are of two types: taproot and fibrous root. Knowledge window. Chinese tallow has taproot system that enables the tree to withstand in extended periods of drought. Taproot. Some plants have one main root that grows down straight from the stem. Many small roots grow from this main root. This main root is called the taproot. Carrot, turnip, radish, and spinach are the examples of taproot. Fibrous root. Fibrous roots consist of many small roots which branch out from the base of the stem. Grass, wheat, and rice plants have thin and bushy fibrous roots. Functions of roots. When we water plants, the water is absorbed by the soil. This water is supplied to all parts of a plant by small hairs on root called root hairs. Roots also absorb nutrients from the soil and pumped up to each and every part of the plant. This helps the plant to grow. In deserts and dry areas, roots of the plant spread deep into the soil in search of water. Roots hold the plant firmly into the soil. Thus, even when a strong wind blows, the plant do not get uprooted. Thus, anchoring the plant in soil is another important function of roots. Special roots. Roots of some plants grow from the branches downward to the soil. Such roots are called aerial roots. When these reach the soil, they form a new trunk which supports the main tree like a pillar. Some plants do not grow in the soil. Plants like orchid does not grow in the soil, so they cannot make food or absorb water from the soil. They grow on other plants and take in food and water from the stems of these plants. Such plants are called parasitic plants. Plants like carrot, radish, beetroot, sweet potato, etc. store food for the plant in their roots. Such roots are called storage roots. These roots are eaten as vegetables. They serve as a useful source of food during famines. Famine is a condition of food shortage. Soil erosion. Heavy rain and strong wind wash or blow away the topsoil. This is called soil erosion. Roots of plants bind the soil and prevent soil erosion. Soil erosion is not good for the environment and should be checked. The way to check with soil erosion is to grow more and more plants. Soil erosion takes place only in those areas which are not covered with vegetation or plants. Ownership of trees. We depend on plants and trees for most of our needs. In many houses, people make a small lawn which are looked after by the family. The fruits or flowers that grow in the lawns belong to the family. They do not allow anybody to take a flower, vegetable, or fruit from their plants without their consent, because those plants are theirs. They own them, look after them, and water them. Similarly, the crops growing in a field belong to the farmer, who owns them. The plants growing in an orchard belong to its owner. Now the question is, who owns the plants that grow in the forests? Along the road or in the open? The land that is not owned by anybody belongs to the government. The plants growing on the government land are governments. Looking after plants. Plants also need to be looked after. We have to give them water and manure. We have to pluck out weeds and grass that grow with the plants. The farmers and gardeners look after their plants. Some plants do not need to be looked after. They have a strong network of roots in the ground. They absorb water and minerals from the ground. They make their food by photosynthesis. Thus, they do not need anybody's help to grow. We can find such trees in the forest. The trees growing in the forest are said to grow in the wild. They also flower when it is their season to flower. Their fruits may not be edible. We should be careful and must not eat such fruits which grow in the wild. Cutting down trees. Trees are very important for our life. They give us many things. Their wood is very important and valuable, so they are cut down for wood. Our pollution is also increasing. We need more houses to live, more roads, more buildings, more schools, more land to grow food, and so on. To meet these needs, forests are cut down. However, when we cut down trees, many of their benefits diminish. Trees help us in soil conservation. When trees have been cut down, the soil washes away with rainwater. Such soil gets deposited in the rivers. As a result, the rivers become shallow and floods are caused. The forests are the habitat of many wild animals. When we cut down trees, such animals become endangered and sometimes extinct. Trees help in reducing pollution. We are cutting down trees at much faster rate and not planting as much. As a result, the amount of oxygen in the air is decreasing and the amount of carbon dioxide in the air is increasing. Thus, cutting down trees causes numerous problems. How we can save trees? Trees meet several of our needs. We have to cut down them for our needs. However, we should minimize our needs. Moreover, we should plant more trees so that the actual number of trees does not diminish. We can save the trees by following these points. Every individual must plant a tree on their birthday. Wood should not be used as firewood. Empty spaces should be used for planting trees. Trees should be planted along the roads and railway lines. Quick review. Plants make their food with the help of water, air, and sunlight. The shoot system grows above the soil and root system grows inside the soil. Fibrous roots consist of many small roots which branch out from the base of the stem. The water is supplied to all parts of a plant by small hair on root called root hair. In deserts and dry areas, roots of the plant spread deep into the soil in search of water. Roots of plants which grow from the branches downward to the soil are called aerial roots. Soil erosion takes place only in those areas which are not covered with vegetation or plants. The plants which grow on other plants and take in food and water from the stems of these plants are called parasitic plants or carnivorous plants.